Yeah, locking in, locking in, locking in. Gotta breathe sometimes and relax. I think I'm pretty dialed. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Yeah, some background music. All right, there goes some background music. Coming to you live, you're watching Dilio T2K YouTube channel. I know it's always a slow start. It's a slow start for me too. I'm just kind of getting settled in. Taking my seat, taking a few deep breaths, just relaxing, getting my mind together as I get ready to go live. And here I am going live. Demar, first chat of the night. Cheers to you. Thank you, man. I got some ice cold. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming through to the live stream. You're a FL Studio guy, so you don't have to worry too much about what's going on in MPC world. Which kind of makes me want to start talking a little bit more about FL Studio, because I haven't covered FL Studio in a long time. And I'm curious about what I'm missing. And I'm also missing that refined experience that FL Studio has. FL Studio is just so doggone optimized, it's not even funny. Anna, sir, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. We chilling right now. Mimi, what's up? How are you? Thank you for coming by. People I know coming by. Hey, that's good. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I'm just sort of getting myself warmed up. I got my ice cold. This humidity always kind of makes it harder to breathe sometimes. I wonder what the humidity is. The humidity, well, the humidity outside is probably higher than it is inside. Right now, my humidistat, whatever things that measure the humidity, is like at 48%. So that's not too bad. People have been really... I don't like to talk about people in a negative way, but I just feel like people are really tripping about this 3.0 software. And what I struggle with is like people are just kind of looking at it like it's the final release, and it's not even a final release. And oh yeah, that was the point. I used to be like that. I used to get really wrapped up in this stuff. I used to get really wrapped, especially when the Renaissance came out. I was so mad at it. I was like, you know, and the temptation to go in on something on the internet, like you just want to go dog something out, something verbally on the internet and then put it on YouTube. That was like kind of the thing to do, because I really wasn't feeling the MPC Renaissance at the time. What's up, Madden Gamer? Thank you for coming through. I really wasn't feeling the MPC Renaissance when it came out. I wasn't feeling that at all. Are y'all hearing me okay? I really wasn't feeling that. But you know, and on top of that, like I got dudes comment. I had to laugh at this comment because this dude, let me tell you what this dude said. This dude said, "You must really do not know how to use machine." And I was like, obviously this dude really didn't look at my YouTube channel. And it made me think about my machine era. I had a machine era. Like the first serial remake that got a lot of views was a good amount of years ago, and that was on machine. No, they didn't know. And I say, you got to really take it a grain of salt when you get certain comments on this platform. You got to really take it with a grain of salt and not take it personal. And even though you have a witty, sometimes it's like, is this person even worth giving energy to? And then, you know, sometimes we got weirdos that come on this chat and this live stream and they do weird stuff. You got to understand, like, a kid that is new to the internet and hasn't really matured yet, you know, they want to see what they can do to get a rise out of people. So they'll say stupid stuff. 410, thank you so much for subscribing. And that's a good thing that new people are discovering me. It's just the problem is it's like they discover me and then they see we go in on a topic and they think they know the whole story about who I am and what I've been through and what I've been working on. And I got videos of me on the machine back in my old apartment. Like I did a beat called 7779311 from the song The Time on machine, and I was so locked in the machine I had a machine doing graphics on the pads. Now I know people haven't seen that, but the machine goes back. I go back when it was the Mark 1. I was back. This is 2010. You remember, Mimi? You remember that? Yeah. 2010. I'm just thinking about that time that went by with that. So yeah, 2010, MPC. I mean, come on, what y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to say? Yeah, it's almost 2025, but that's okay. That's why you go do things. You go get out of your comfort zone. Do your projects. Make music. Do stuff. I'm trying to get used to the microphone not being all in my face like this. I like this proximity effect, but this is like a more realistic, comfortable position. Like I don't have to be like super on the mic, especially if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, that's great. But I just had to be mature about it. Say, okay, there's a lot of people that, and I'm not even getting the worst of it. Like my channel ain't even getting the worst of it. But it's just part of being on the internet. You know, you're exposed to people who don't know you, and they're free to have opinion. They're human beings. They're people. So, is the background music coming through? I wanted some background music to help me fill that air. But yeah, I'm excited about what's coming down the pipeline for the MPC. And I'm excited about getting back into remakes. I'm excited. I'm excited about getting back into the remakes again. Like the first remake I want to do is featuring Scarface. I'm not really comfortable with doing a studio tour right now, to be honest with you, because of how messy again. It's kind of messy. I don't radio sense while I'm talking. It's not. If I finish this album, these 2 albums I'm trying to finish, I'll do a studio tour. But I want to finish this album first. So I could see I could do a studio tour. I'm just not ready to do it yet. Damar, chill with me. Hey, let me know, Damar. So Honda, I hear you said Akai has dropped the ball again. They left us iPad Pro users out into the cold. What about making a 3.0 for my iPad, sir? I think that's a legitimate concern. Here's kind of like my assessment of Akai. Like I think Akai is a large company, but it's part of a larger company. And I think that larger company sends their teams to develop things for different products in their product line. From the Reigns to the Elises to the MPC and the Newmark. There's a lot that goes on in that team. And I don't know if enough people are going to be making up enough noise to urge Akai to move on the iPad. What's up, Spencer? I don't know if there is enough people reaching out to Akai or making content about, hey, what about? And I know what that feeling is like, because that's what I felt about Machine. I remember getting really frustrated with Native Instruments, because it's like, man, what are y'all doing? When y'all going to update this and update that and updates this and update that? And so I'm like, well, dang, where it's at? Like, can we get this popping some kind of way? And I was really frustrated for a while because I didn't want to change back to FL Studio. I wanted to make Machine work. And I think eventually I did was switch back and forth. And the lesson is that these companies are going to move at the speed they're going to move at. And, you know, getting frustrated about it is reasonable, but it's not going to push you. It's not going to get you any further. And all around, I do agree with your statement about BandLab and GarageBand. You can't make bangers off your phone right now. I'm a little mad about that. Well, I'm not mad about that. Because if I was somebody who didn't have much but had a phone and wanted to make beats, and I found out I could do it on my phone, I would probably be doing it on my phone too. I can't even hate on that. I can't even be like, nah, y'all can't do that. Somebody, you don't like GarageBand? GarageBand, like I said, it's about what you have. So if all you have, see, it's easy for me to kind of take GarageBand for granted with all this, you see. But for somebody starting out who doesn't have much, and you can go back on my YouTube channel and see when I didn't have much either. You can go on my YouTube channel and see. You can go back and see where I came from. A lot of people don't see. A lot of people come with me and they see this, and they get the impression, and they didn't see. They didn't see me making beats on like a Sam's table with a 20-inch CRT monitor. You know, they don't remember that from 2007, right? All you had was, and like I said, GarageBand is dope. I liked it. I played it. It has some nice sounding instruments. GarageBand has some nice sounding instruments. Janky, you said your nephew be cutting up on his phone. You thought that boy sent tracks in the studio. That's what I'm saying. You can cut some records on your phone, y'all. Don't sleep on it. I don't do it because I have this. But if I needed to and I needed to find a way, I probably would do it. If all I had access to, with my skill set and experience, if all I had access to, it would be the phone. BandLab is an upgrade, yeah. Yeah, so, and then that's another thing about Macs. If your Mac is too old for stuff, you are like caught up the creek. I'm still running Windows 10, baby. And I'm going to do so as long as possible. I don't like changing operating systems. I had an issue with a Windows 11 today. Did something totally I didn't want it to do, and it hurt someone else. That's a good question. What would NI need to do to draw me back to a machine platform? One thing, keep it up to date regularly. Keep it up to date regularly. Treat it like make it like a priority. Get that arranger fixed on there. Native Instruments will have to make their platform machine do something that I cannot do in MPC. And last time I checked, the MPC can do a whole lot more things than machine right now, even in standalone. Like, I think the standalone Machine Plus has like massive on it, but you can't even design sounds on it. You can only tweak certain things on it. But they'd have to do a lot. It's just, I don't know. It's like my trust in the company is not really so high. You need some more iPhone connectors to be able to, yeah. But I always recommend a laptop, and that kind of brings me back to my point about FL Studio and why FL Studio is so dominant. FL Studio is so dominant because it's the accessibility is unmatched by any other platform. You got a culture around it. You don't need to buy any hardware to use it. You know, you don't really, I hate saying, you know is a filler word. Let me work on not saying that. You really don't need nothing else to get started in FL Studio. And then you just get some sounds. And you in there. FL Studio, man. I was just doing some research. Like FL Studio is so highly sought after on the internet versus the MPC. I talk a lot about the MPC, but so sought after. But my FL Studio area started way before Machine. And then I had a short era of Reason, then I stopped. If you're liking this video, watch it, please. I see 34 people. Make sure you hit that like button. It's easier, more relaxed when I can talk like this on the microphone and not. You record vocals to FL video, but you don't have the good set of headphones nor the high interface. I feel you. Yeah, try it, Anna. I mean, there's other platforms. There's other programs too. FL for life until you get your hands on Ableton. I don't know, man. FL Studio is a very, very powerful piece of software. You say the native instruments, Honda says, native needs to use better chip in their equipment and give people free stuff like sample packs. I think they do that now, but I don't think they're not really going hard on that hardware. I just don't know what happened with Machine Plus. Like, I don't hear about it. Like, if Machine Plus came out when the Mark II came out, that would have been a bad boy, but as far as I know, everything that I got is still wrapped in plastic. And I hope it's not submerged in water. All millennials start on FL Studio unless you had an older brother. Fresh, that is a good point. That is a good point. I had an older figure that you would consider, I could say, was a brother like. He was on hardware, but he wasn't an MPC user. I think the first time I messed with FL Studio was about 1999, 2000. And it was a non-person music guy that knew I liked making beats that told me about it. I was like, what? Yeah, you can make it, you know. That was like FL Studio 2.4.5. What we on now? FL Studio 24? And I still got the free updates that I bought back in high school. It's crazy. Unmatched, man. Unmatched. You can't mess with FL Studio like that. You can't. But I don't know. I think Akai deals with a much more critical crowd than the FL Studio community. I think the FL Studio community is just way more accepting, way more open-minded, way more flexible in their thought, and just way less critical than the MPC community, because there's so much lore around the hardware and legacy and legend and sound, and I just don't see people attacking each other so much in the FL Studio community. I just don't see that. I just don't see, like, in FL Studio, everybody has like one doctrine. Use FL Studio. But when it comes to MPCs, everybody has different doctrines. I only use the MPC 2000. I only use the 3000. I only use, you understand what I'm saying? And if your MPC don't sound like mine, something wrong with yours. You know, there's always that. It's tough, but in the FL Studio community, I just don't see that. Just kids want to make beats and have fun and just go crazy. But I enjoy the hardware aspect of the MPC though. I like having a piece of gear in front of me. That might be old school mentality. And I don't think you appreciate gear till you get older, because when you're younger, I think you maybe just appreciate being able to make music, which I understand. I didn't appreciate where all these sounds were coming from till later on. I was just glad to have sounds. I didn't care where they came from. I didn't care what a Juno or what a Moog was. What's the sound? Can I put it in the beat? Okay, SP404 crowd. That's what I'm saying. It's more chill. It's more chill. Like I said, I used to be real critical I used to be real critical of Machine when I was in my Machine, Native Instruments. I was just big in my Native Instruments Machine era. But then it's like, I believe that as long as what you create sounds good, it doesn't matter what you are. Try different things. Yeah, I feel you. Star. Oh my gosh. You always had the love for gear, being a fan of the 80s sound. Okay, that's good. Speaking of the 80s and 90s sound, I was listening to a couple Brandy's albums today. They were crazy. I was like, wow, okay. That's dope. Yeah. Brandy has some records. Now I was listening to that doggone Full Moon, and there's some Clad. Brandy was killing it. And that Rodney Jerkins sound. Hey, Keys, thank you for at least saying something. Thank you for lurking is okay. I have to appreciate you letting me know that you're there. I'm a star. Itashi wa star. You Jam is underrated. Well, you ain't gotta yell at me, Lit. No, you ain't gotta yell at me. I see you. Ain't gotta yell at me. Talk to me. Don't yell at me. I'm old school. I'm old school, chat. I don't like yelling in my chat. I'm old school. Kids do whatever. I'm old school. You ain't gotta yell at me. Every time you open FLC, you struggle to start, but if you use a loop, you're so creative. Well, I think a good way to, if you can start a beat from scratch without using a loop. I got a good way to start is to learn how to create melodies. You got to learn how to click those melodies in. You got to click those melodies in on FL Studio. You got to learn your scales. You got to learn chords. You got to learn how to make melodies. If you can learn how to make melodies, you can build from that with sounds and plugins and create your own loops that you make beats against. But the problem is, it's like if you're using loops a lot, you don't build up the skill to create melodies. Using a loop is very easy to do. Drag that thing, listen for something you like, drag it in. It's a very quick dopamine hit. It gets you there very quickly, but it does not build your skill as a music producer. In my opinion, it don't. Go ahead tomorrow with the drum machines. Right, Panda. Star. That's your star. Yeah, so I feel you on that. Low cuts in the building. So yeah, I'm down with it. Loops are fun, but you're not gonna be building tracks. You miss something. You miss out on something when you use a loop. That's all I'm saying. Using loops, it's okay to use loops, but you miss out on something. Avant, yeah, see, 90s R&B, killing it. DJ Win, what's out? You say you know how to make melodies. Just struggle with, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I can't seem to vision the beat from starting from chords. All right, so here's my prescription for you. I want you to recreate melodies of songs you like on FL Studio. Get a song you like and learn how to recreate the melody like that. That's going to teach you a melody vocabulary. That's going to teach you a chord library. DJ Letter LR Beats and Music. Learning chords now, Full Sail. Okay, cool. Go ahead, Full Sail. right? You need some inspiration. It's okay. Yeah, like go find a song you like and see if you can recreate the melody in FL Studio. Click that bad boy. If you can't play it in, click it in. FL Studio, you can click, man. Click all over that bad boy. Click, click. Click all that in. This is a different format because normally I'm making beats, right? But I like have some background music. Talking, you know. There you go, DJ Mormon. That's the way to do it. 90-minute gold Maxwell tapes, record, stop making beats the old school way. Oh, gosh. I miss tape. No, well, like I said, I talked about this in another video, but CDs were like peak. Tape cassettes were fun and probably definitely profitable for the music industry, but CDs was like the peak. CDs were the peak. And then when you got that rewritable CD, you was good so long as you didn't scratch up the CD. You're welcome, Lid. I appreciate your questions. You know, there's no stupid questions here at the Dilio T2K YouTube channel. I'm a patient person, but I do have boundaries. I'm a patient person, but I do have boundaries. You make Technologic? Okay. 4 on the floor. So I have an idea. I'm going to run it by this artist, but I have a CD challenge I'm coming out with to sell 100 CDs. So if anybody, when I finish this album, if y'all want to buy a CD, let me know. No, the goal is 1,000. But I'm going to start with 100 first when I finish this album. They are still copping CDs. Do not sleep on the CD. Do not sleep on the USB. I kind of don't even want to talk about CDs no more because I don't want to share the gems anymore. I want to keep them to myself now. Heck, I'll say it. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna say, hey man, I want to do something. I'm gonna document it. I'm gonna call it the Bobby Washington Challenge. And the challenge is selling 1,000 CDs. Yeah, gems, dog. You got them gems. Yeah, but added tape saturation, compression, mixes. You misrecorded it. Tape was fun. Tape was its own monster. Tape is. You're right, Spencer. Press some vinyl. I agree that. Tape is for real. Tape is a monster. Yeah, you're right, Freshest. So I can't wait to finish this doggone album. I'm gonna finish this album. I just want some up-tempo stuff on there and finish it. And then I'm going on a year campaign. So I see you, Lit. Let me read your question. You say you also struggle with sound design, like you have inspired by Travis Scott with somebody you want to recreate, and I can't get the sound similar. That's going to take time to get your sound design up. Be patient in the process. It's going to take time to get your sound design up. You really have to learn how to experiment with plugins, putting them in different orders with different source material. You're going to discover, if you keep doing this, you're going to discover there's no shortcut. I wish I could give you a shortcut to it. There's no good shortcut for this. There's no good shortcut for it. So you want to design a sound and make that sound work and make it hit the way you need to. What's up? Back to Knife. If you really want to make it hit the way you need to make it hit, you can't. It's just not a fast thing. And I kind of have a pet project in my mind where I wanted to do like, I wanted to see if I could do a 10 beat CD sampling purely from vinyl, no preset sounds from anything. Every sound in the MPC would be from, vinyl records. No packs, no nothing. And it would be hard to do because you got to find vinyls, you got to find your drum sounds, you got to find your bass notes. Yeah, the DeepMind 12, yeah, I'll definitely break it out. I want to hook it up to my MPC 1 to experiment with MIDI production with that and recording the audio there. So this is my MPC 3 test rig right there. I made some beats on there. I may be able to play some for y'all. Actually, I did make a beat on here. It was sounding kind of dope. You know what? Stem separation, that's a whole nother thing too. Stem separation on standalone mode will definitely change the game from working from pure vinyl. Yeah, DeMar, come on with the question. If the background music coming through, I'm just finding my vibe with some background music. I'm just, you know, got the microphone down here, all that stuff. And we're having a good conversation. Sampling CDs is fine. I just want to do the traditional route. It's harder. It's more cumbersome. It's more expensive. I got a record player right here that's ready to go. And you got to find space for that bad boy. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I have it too. I just didn't get in deep dive yet. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I got my background music trying to get rid of that dead air. I'm trying to get rid of that dead air. You know. All these beats I made, y'all. So I'll just let y'all know. You've been sampling TikTok. TikTok be having some cool clips on there where they got somebody doing some random stuff on some instrument you never seen before. I can't hate on that. Options, yeah. I'm definitely blessed with options. How can I get that vintage 70 analogs mix with the plugins out now? Well, I think if you want to get vintage 70 analogs mix, you got to use vintage 70 sound. So you got to get away from when you say 70s mix, you got to think about what was in a 70s mix. Was there drum machines in a 70s mix? Was there, I mean, honest talk, like if you get live musicians to play something and you put like a filter or tape on that bad boy, it's going to sound like a 70s mix. It's not going to be hard to get there. I'm thinking about what is your source material that gets you in the pocket of that era. Okay, go ahead, Fit, do your thing. Lit, I'm sorry, I said Fit. Thank you, Low Cuts, yeah. It's a blessing to have some options. It's just a blessing to be here in the live stream and have 50 people in the chat right now. That's just a blessing. Y'all blessing me today. I appreciate it. Yeah, vocal keys are cheap. Tape machine goes a long way, yeah. What you're really waiting for is a Kai Pro release of plugins so folks can cook up their own plugins. Well, can't people already cook their own plugins by developing their own VST 3s and 2s? You talking about doing a plugin for like probably the hardware, right? Well, Panda's got a formula there for you if you want to try that tomorrow. Bass lines and jumps out. Oh, you come through for it? Okay, thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. What happened to Dre's MPC Beats edition? Was there supposed to be a Dr. Dre MPC Beat edition? You know what? Dr. Dre doesn't rock MPCs like that. Y'all notice that? Like, let's just look back and think about it. Like, when we think about, you might have saw a picture. Y'all remember that iconic picture of Dr. Dre having two, like, MPC 2000s right in front of him in the studio. He's looking up at you like, Dr. Dre, dog. Like, but if you think about it, like, I never really saw, like, a picture of Dr. Dre, like, really holding an MPC, like. Here's your comparison. Look at pictures of Q-Tip. Q-Tip, you see a picture of Q-Tip holding an MPC, like. Where my live at? You see Q-Tip be there, like. You understand what I'm saying? So, a trilogy in the background. What trilogy? I don't think I got no trilogy. I don't think I got a trilogy. But yeah, I never really seen, and there's no video footage, and probably he was really private with his stuff. But a lot of producers are very boastful about what they use. Like, yeah, I use that. But I just don't see. I really don't see a lot of Dr. Dre associating with MPC. I'm not saying he didn't use it, but I mean, if we think about it, like in their existence, like you might saw a video clip of Busta Rhymes. Remember that clip with Busta Rhymes and Timbaland in the studio, and Timbaland had like a Triton Extreme 88 key and like an ASR, you know. So, but you didn't really see it. Like we saw like Kanye West with his 2000. You know. So it was, yeah. I really should redo that remake on the MPC, because the funny thing is, it's like the first big remake that I did was on the machine. I was doing a Dr. Dre, Ain't Nothing But a G thing. And what inspired me to do that is because I saw Straight Outta Compton. Because I got a real kick out of that scene when Dr. Dre was in the living room of his mansion. Snoop Dogg walking like, "What's up, dog?" And Dre's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just trying to work on this melody." And he was making the beat in there, and he's putting the sounds together and playing that. I was like, "Man, I know how to do that. Let me just make a video remaking that." And it got a lot of hits. Apparently, people like watching that. So, and that's what started my remake era. That's what started the new thing. You say it's not the, I appreciate, yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. I think equipment is good, but it's also good to focus on the foundation, but also just celebrate the equipment you got. And I get that. I get that. I really like that platform. I like talking about that. MPC was a New York thing, so I guess FL Studio is a South thing. But nah, they were using MPCs before. Oh, that MPC Hustle Flow scene. That was the MPC scene too. I remember that. That piano working. Ow. Yeah. This instrument is long as hell. That's good. That's good background music. Just some noise. Dang, this instrumental 21 minutes long. That's why I started late, because I was rendering background music for myself. Oh, the capacitors. Yeah, it might be the capacitors too. You better switch out them capacitors. The DeepMind is still useful in the studio. It is, but it needs pedals. The DeepMind, it's good, but you got to dress it up. It comes with effects, but you still got to dress it up some. It sounds great, has great polyphony, but sometimes the filter leaves something to be desired on it. But it's a monster. It's a monster unit. You made your first beat on MPC. What type of beat did you make? Let me know in the chat. What was the type of beats you made when you first started making out? The first type of beats I was making out when I finally had my own keyboard was probably like techno music. The UBX sounds fat. But I don't need to be buying nothing. The only thing I need to be buying is some doggone CDs and some courage to go out and sell them bad boys. Ain't nothing but a G thing, babe. What's up, William? How you doing? What y'all think about that Megan Thee Stallion song that she did with that Japanese guy? So, you know, I was a big fan of Japanese anime before it was cool to be. I was the nerd before it was cool to like anime. So when Sailor Moon was out in a predominantly black middle school, it wasn't cool to be into Ronin Warriors and Sailor Moon. And I was into all of it. So, you know, I'm an early... You think she's pandering? I could see the pandering, yeah. Why would Dre need 6 NPCs for it? That's crazy. I could see that where you come from, Panda. Fits of the North Star. See, I was in that era, so I kind of like Megan Thee Stallion. Did the whole Sailor Moon outfit thing, cosplay. I got a kick out of that. Do I think she a hardcore Sailor Moon fan? Nah. Do I think she was watching Sailor Moon back in the day when it wasn't cool? Nah, I don't think she was into any of that. Now I remember her mentioning that she was into anime and stuff like that, but I don't think she was into it when it wasn't cool. Because there was a time when anime wasn't cool. I was there. I literally was made fun of in class for studying Japanese kanji and drawing anime characters. I was the only kid in class doing it. And I used to get made fun of it. Now there's cosplay and there's cons. I'm like, dang, where was this ad when I was coming up? That's what's up, back. It's a reason. 90s R&B, yeah. Really? 90s R&B is huge in Asia? Or just Korea? Oh, attractive people monetize it. I feel you. Bubby Lewis, bass player from Michigan, like that. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But yeah, it was an interesting time. I literally, and it's funny. He doesn't watch my streams, but I remember a time where he was in a different space, and I remember him making fun of me for liking anime. But now he's definitely a Christian artist now, doing good too. By the way, doing good. People can't find anime at any age, and it's okay. That's what's up, Janky. I like that positive outlook. I didn't know J-pop a thing. I thought the Koreans dominated the whole 90s R&B thing. And that's crazy because I feel like it should be that now, but we're on Ice Spice right now. The beat, I was enjoying the beats on Ice Spice. I ain't gonna front you. I was enjoying the beats on Ice Spice. But it's like I kind of want her to say something now. You know, she has the look and can dance. You know, I think the growing is going to happen with her. Growing is going to happen. Sexy drill's the move. I feel you. Yeah, I say I can see that. I can see that. So I hope people are excited about the new things that are coming out. There's a lot of new stuff. No, I ain't gonna say a lot of new stuff. There's always something new coming on. But in the meantime, make sure you're creating. Make sure you're making the tracks you need to make. Make sure you're making some music. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Make sure you're doing what you need to do to create what you need to create. Hey. That's that new right there. You make beats and write verses. There you go. Make those beats, write them verses. Press up them CDs. Do what you need to do. There's a lot you can do. Make sure you do that. Well, I don't know. I think they're going to get some more mileage out of it, though. We got to see where this 3.0 update goes. That grime, I'm not too familiar with grime from England. Is that a genre? No, I think the MPC got a few miles left. We getting there, but we ain't there yet. Hardware, not software. Yeah. I don't know. I like that they still use the MPC Live 1. Portable studio booths. Wait. Hey, if we can find a place to put one, do that. If I had some land, it would be kind of tricky. But if I had some land and I had money for wood, you know what I would do? I would build a studio. I would just find a way to learn, see if I know somebody can pour some concrete down. And it wouldn't be hooked up to the grid, but I would find a way to power it with solar energy. Build me a place to put a studio. I think that would be fun. But you know that's highly unlikely that Native Instruments. I feel you, Debar. I think it's worth a try. I think it'd be wise to get somewhere where you can try it out, Demar. NI stem separation on tractor is dope. They need to put it in machine. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think Native Instruments is going to rock with the machine in its current state like that. They should. They could. They should, but they're not. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. It would be nice, but you know, at this point, it appears like Native Instruments is not really trying to build on the platform anymore. I think they're trying to do something new. But my concern is that are they going to still let us keep the hardware we have, or are they going to try and force you to buy new hardware? And I think it would be highly disappointing if they just force new. They don't give you the updates on the regular, and they say, okay, we got something new, but you got to get some new hardware. What we was doing all this time? That studio was not a cheap thing, and I got help with that. I got help. That's when I really couldn't get equipment. I was in the struggle. I raised money. I got help with the machine studio. Like viewers like y'all help me out. These current generation needs more powerful CPUs to do stem cell correctly. That's what I'm saying. But the Machine Studio was a dope platform. Yeah. It's a dope platform. Hey. Yeah, the Machine Studio is a type. I loved how that thing looked. It was so cool. The Machine Studio was so fresh. I was like, yeah, this is dope. But the MPC XSC is sexy to me too. I don't need one right now because I need to use what I got. Anybody ever have trouble using what you have? You feel like you got to get something new to get that inspiration going. You got to get something new to get something popping. You got to get that new pack, that new piece of gear, that new. I almost wanted to buy a new desk for my studio, but I was like, wait a minute, why do I need to get a new desk for? I'm not recording like how I should. And yeah, low, because you're telling me how a lot of equipment is expensive out of the country. I was really about to pull a trigger on a new desk that had rack mounts in it, so I could get some of this rack mount that's on my side in front of me, so it's when the arms ring. I was like, not wait, don't get a new desk yet. You haven't even finished the CD yet. And you overdue. And you need to be selling CDs. You need to be building your skills selling CDs. You want to make money? You want to make money from your music? You got to go out and sell it yourself, man. The internet's cool and cute. And if you viral, that's a blessing. But people aren't, for independent, people aren't spending money like that. Like, I don't see it. You got a handful, which is good, but no, you got to go to the public with it. For the new arranger, Freshies, do you got MPC now? I wouldn't recommend it, man. I'll put it this way: stack the bread for it, or create a sinking fund. Does anybody know what create a sinking fund, a fund just for that purpose? If you could do that, I say pull the trigger, but I don't recommend it, especially if you got a machine, MPC. I just think it's a better practice to use the equipment you got. If you feel like you use it a lot and you're using it and you got a track record of using what you need to use, heck yeah, by all means, get you some more of that. Get you some more of that. But if you like just kind of chilling, you in between inspiration right now, I wouldn't recommend doing it. You know what I'm saying? You can get X for like 12. Yeah, that's crazy. You can get an X. I remember the X was like 2,200 coming out. Yeah, I wouldn't. And the X ain't no toy either. Like that's a flagship. And I still want to export because I haven't owned a large form MPC. I got that, but that's a collecting thing. I don't really be needing that. I need worth ethic. I need better habits. I need stuff you can't buy. That's what I want. And that's all on me to acquire things that I can't buy. You understand what I'm saying? To acquire stuff I can't buy. That's what I need as a music producer and artist. I think there's a season to get that new gear, but there's assets that you got to add to yourself that you can't go out and purchase from a store. There's assets that you got to get with some growing pains, and I think that will bless you even more. You understand what I'm saying? Grab your debit card. Okay, now you're talking. Personally, you need a dedicated space more than any gear. Oh my gosh, people just walk in your room like you're not recording. Andre, that's tough, man. That's tough, man. And that's a complicated thing. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about people living with people who don't make music. It's a very hard thing to do. It's distracting. It's something, yeah, that's a hard pill. I'm gonna get to these other chats, but I'm gonna talk about that a little bit because I know how hard that can be. That's a big disturbance. If you're, yeah, Tyra, holler at Jay. Holler at Jay on the records. But man, to have somebody just walk into your session like that, if you got that type of problem, my advice, if I could even advise, man, I don't know how old you are, or how young you are, and I don't want to even, come out like but if I could just give some advice, man, if you got that type of problem, it's time to book a studio. And I don't like booking studio because I don't like spending money. I'm real frugal. I'm real cheap on that. But part of the things I want to do once I finish certain financial goals is actually book large studios and probably vlog and record up in them. But studios cost money. I appreciate you, Tyro. Studios cost money, but I want that experience of working in studios. But studios cost some money, and I respect that because that's their time, that's equipment. I respect it. I understand the game. So I hear you, Andre. I'm coming down to chat. I see all these chats coming in. I just want to touch on that because I know that pain. And it's not that they hate you or just they don't understand. And because they don't do it themselves, they don't understand the type of impact. It's hard to convey that. It's hard for them to really feel and get that. Yeah. So it's harder to create a sacred place to create. Now, if you got somebody that live with you that understand, it's different. But what I've noticed that it's not so easy to do. Let me go to the Demar chat. I just wanted to talk about that because that is Andre, that's a big deal to me. And like I said before, I know that pain. I know that struggle. Demar says, I advise everybody creates live streaming to get a debit card and save from music just for music on. I agree with that. I believe in learning how to budget your money and learning how to save for the equipment you want. If I was 14 and my dad was showing me how to save money for equipment, like really sit me down and say, hey, I know you want this keyboard. Let's talk about what you can do to save up for that. Let's talk about what can we do so that when you put money in this dedication place for this project or for this product, that you can't just come get this when you want to go on a field trip. You can't come just get this money when you put some gas in your car. You can't just come get this money when you got a flat tire. This money is for this specific purpose only. This is what the cash looks like. This is where we're going to keep it at. And this is why you're not going to touch it. You want that keyboard? Let's talk about how do we save up for that. It will change how you manage your money. It will change how you manage your finances. It will make you a better adult. Like you will be on some stuff like you've never been on before. It'll make you imagine, like, if you're a music person, like in high school, and you had a parent that said, okay, if you get good grades, I'm gonna buy you an MPC 2000, but you got to get all A's. Well, I don't know how to do that. Well, we're gonna sit down and figure out how we get you all A's. Because if you don't get all A's, I'll get you the drum machine, but you gotta get all A's. And not only on top of that, you gotta learn how to have your emergency fund first before we even start saving for your equipment. Guess what? That emergency fund is gonna be for when that flat tire comes. That emergency fund gonna become where you need that gas and you broke. We gotta teach you financial literacy. And the first step one in financial literacy is to save yourself $1,000 for an emergency fund. If you don't got that, you are not prepared. I don't want to say something ill to you. You're not in a good place. But you can get there in a good place. And I know it took me forever to even get that going. So I understand the struggle there. I'm catching up on the chats. The scary scenario with someone starting music, I own $4,000 synthesizer when all they need is a 2000. They might, I'll tell you what, man. If someone starting out wants a $4,000 synthesizer, that is a great way to teach them how to save money. Saving money is not how you make money with money, but you can't make money with money till you learn how to save money first. 4,000 is not impossible number. 4,000 is not an impossible number. You gotta learn how to get 10 and put it towards that purpose and still live and not need to take that 10 out. That's called budgeting. Imagine the feeling of achievement. Say, yeah, I bought this $4,000 keyboard because I saved up for it and I'm still able to operate. That's the lesson I would want to teach teenagers or kids or anybody. Yes, you can get that, but this is the work it's going to take. How do we get that? How do we break this down? Not just, no, that's too much money and stop. And then you don't go anywhere from there. That's the problem. It's like, all right, okay, yeah, that's challenging. But how do we do that? What's the steps? How do we save our money for that? How do we save up money for that without going into debt? You feel me? Got your $40 some DistroKid motivation. That's good. You got some money for DistroKid. That's good. I would not take that money lightly. I will put that. Think about it. Headphones is definitely necessary. Headphones are cool, but there's something about making music and wondering if you're disturbing someone else in the room that totally interferes with your creative process. Some people can do it. I've had to do it, but not a pleasant experience. There you go, Locus. I'm just catching up on the chats. Y'all. I kind of am vamping out. You non-music partner doesn't understand. So if you got a non-musician partner that doesn't understand how creative works, you got to have some conversations without using inflammatory language and say, look, like, I have to create a space where I have to be. I think it's just a matter of vulnerability. Like, you have to create a space of being vulnerable. You have to create a space of being vulnerable with your music. You have to be in a place where you can mess up. No, just be vulnerable. Because do you know how vulnerable it is to be making beats on here while live streaming? And then have 20 people talking about, yo, you should do this with the beat. Yo, you should do that with the beat. And they mean well. But I don't want to be told what to do in this moment of vulnerability that I'm sharing on the internet. Even if it's a good suggestion, I want it to come from me. It's okay to ask questions. I'm just catching up on the chat. So I know there's more chats going on. I'm just catching up on some of the stuff. I wouldn't know how to track in a big studio. Mag, that'd be a great, if you book the studio and book the engineer and say, hey, look, I will book the time for you to teach me how to track. Nope. Can't nobody trip about that, especially if they're getting paid. You're paying for education. I paid for education going to Full Sail. But home studio thing is effective. I just want the experience of the large studio, and it's only a few dollars away. If you really want it that bad. I hate to keep bothering you, but would you be able to listen to the instrumental But no, I'm not really listening to instrumentals right now. I'm sorry. You thought never taught. Yeah, a lot of parents. Well, I can't say all, but I know parents can't teach you what they don't know. And I'm always sort of praying for wisdom so that, when I become a parent, to be able to teach things that, or at least find out stuff I don't know, or at least have the skill set to learn about things that I don't know about. Let me breathe on that one. I don't want to go too far on that one. 2 words: business credit. If you want to do that, that's cool. I'm a cash guy. I'm not really a credit guy. Get to the Live 2 is perfect. Compact Studio, Barodynamic, DT. Yep, that's some good ideas, Vapor. Can we just talk about stuff? There you go, Corey. Stock market. Learn about that. Mess around with that. Totally taught me how to save. Once my twins were born, I actually changed. I understand children changes things. Ooh, oh boy, I hear it changes things. I remember you want a Miko from Open Labs so bad they were $3K. Look at those Mikos now. Look at those Mikos from Open Labs. Look at them now. Them things were $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I wanted one of them things bad. I totally could not afford it, but I wanted it so bad because it was like, wow, I get the computer inside of the keyboard. Now we got that with MPC, but back then, 3, 4, them computer, them things barely work. Ain't no drivers. It's not supported. You can't find those drivers nowhere. You can't do it. Also, minimalizing useless things like subs and junk food. Yeah, nutrition can play a big thing too. It's very easy to be unhealthy as a music producer. It's very easy to be overweight as a music producer. Like you really, you can. It's just a pattern that I know I had. It's like you just be heavy, but you're a genius at music. Behringer Pro 800 went on sale for only $340 still. 8 voice polysim. I'm very interested in that, Papers. Unless I'm getting equipment to review, I'm not really trying to touch any equipment. I'm not knocking nobody over. I'm just catching up on the chat. In practice, when buy the 4,000 actual results, disappointment buying didn't make them a hit maker in 3 days. I mean, I would rather get a $4,000 keyboard that sucked, knowing how to save money after the fact, than never learning how to save money. Buy now, pay later. You do have to be responsible. I appreciate that. Zounds has a good system if you want to get equipment without paying. I use Zounds. And I got a link for Zounds if you want to get from Zounds. That's a good tool too. People always suggesting that's the nature of the game. Yeah. Your wife is not a musician and wants to buy an E-drum kit. You're budgeting on that budget mentality, though. That was a strange conversation to say no to these used rolling drums. There's a balance there. Stock-oriented content, that's good. What do you know about BMI ASCAP, another artist? I don't know too much about them. I just know that you should register your music with one of them in case, register your music. I know that much. Registering. You hate the drivers from Miko. You have the drivers, but they want for 10. And who's going to write the drivers? You got to find a programmer that's going to write the drivers. Who's going to write the drivers? Who gonna lift that weight? I'm sorry, who is going to lift that weight? I don't know. A lot of musicians, yeah. So I think it's important. I think it's important to learn about health and get your health together. At least be trying. Like I did a jog today before I came on live. I was supposed to do my burpees this morning, but I have to go to work extra early, so that's kind of cutting in my early gym time. What advice would you give someone who's starting on a YouTube channel? Be petrified to go live and make beats? Then just upload beats, Tammin. Just upload beat videos. Do 30 beat videos. Put a picture on, put a beat behind. Do 30 of those. Easiest way to make content. Get you a picture and your beat. You know how to render a full-length beat? Slap that on there. You're done. Hey, my man with the Miko, right click, go to compatibility mode, put it on Windows XP. If you need the x64 drivers, I got it. I have the Miko and it works on 7 and 10. Oh, there's some love for the Miko there. Okay. Rich fan learn how to stock lingo. Richard Fane. I think I know what you're talking about. Open Labs was very far ahead. Very, very far ahead. Like you could really get far. Like Open Labs was, yeah, it was far ahead. I can't trip about that. I appreciate all the interaction. If you don't mind, please make sure you hit the like button. Help me out grow this channel and build this channel up. It needs your energy. It needs your love. So definitely drop a like if you haven't. I need to get those likes up to at least maybe 50. That would be awesome if I get the likes up to 50. Put some love on the channel. I hope you are all getting something from this, or just a good conversation about gear and all that good stuff. William Scott in the building. Thank you for hitting the like. I see him going up. Yes, yes. Thank y'all so much. Yes, yes. So just continue building on what you're building on. But there's so many different directions you can go. But I think being a music producer is a great thing because you can learn how, if you want, because every music producer probably wants another piece of gear, and it's a great opportunity to learn how to manage money. Like you gotta learn how to budget first. If you can learn how to budget, you can get the equipment you want to get. If you really want it. My advice for anybody who doesn't have any information on dealing with money is to look up Dave Ramsey and learn about the financial baby steps. What genre taught me the most about playing music? Gospel music. Playing gospel music has increased my piano skill more than any other genre of music. R&B ain't nothing but gospel, simple gospel music anyway. If you can play gospel music, you can play anything. Because see, R&B music and like today's trap soul isn't as complicated as gospel music. You know, Aaron, but I did. You might not know, I might not announce it, but I did get on 6. I think it's because a friend needed me to get on 6. But otherwise, I will still be on 4. Right? Spencer T with the $1.99 donation. Thank you so much for that donation. You say, how do I get into music? How do you get into music more so production? I got into it because I had musicians in the family. I had a cousin who had a lot of gear, but he wasn't a hip hop producer. And so I saw that and soaked that in. My mom would play piano. I soaked that in. I soaked that all in. So it was like, oh. And then my grandma played piano. I soaked it in. So I just always had music around me when I was young. There was music in school that helped. I watched Sesame Street and cartoons. Like the cartoons back in the day, like Looney Tunes really was very Looney Tunes was very powerful because you had entertaining stuff, but the background music to the Looney Tunes music was always classical music. So you were learning classical music without you even knowing about it, because you just watching silly rabbits doing crazy stuff, but they playing like classical music in there. So they don't even do that no more with cartoons. Phil, you said, thank you, I love music. I watched your videos. You quit by 5 years back. No, well, I'm glad I could be inspirational to you. I'm glad I could provide some sort of content that can help you with your musical journey. I hope that good things coming. Fly the Bumblebee. Yeah, Aaron, I did update. But it wasn't like willingness. Like, oh yeah, you know what? Well, I haven't, but I really should, and I should as soon as possible. Like to eat people bugs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The kid in Bob's Burger. That's dope. That's dope. So it's culturally there. But yeah, I did get on Studio 16. And I think the only reason I did it probably was because of Black Friday. It was probably on sale, and I think a friend needed me. It was just a weird timing, but I didn't really. That's that buying that equipment you don't need. I did need Studio 16, but I was like, let me just go ahead and get it. Your son listened to the Super Mario Bros. Movie soundtrack. You're so happy to request that all of the music. That's good. You know, music. I think music makes your kids smarter. Like music. Like I'll probably like if I have a baby. Like when I'd probably go be like. I wouldn't even use internet. I would find like something that will play the music. Like I would get a CD player that can play on repeat. Put a classical music CD up in there and just let that thing play softly. Just all the time. Because I think music makes you smarter. Especially in your developmental years as a kid. I do believe that. I don't have scientific proof. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I think there's something to it. I was exposed to music at a very young age, and I really do believe it affects you in a positive way. Absolutely, video games is another source of music too. I used to sit down and just listen to the background music on the Super Nintendo. I would literally just go. Once I've done playing the game, I would go to the sound menu and just play background music. I liked it so much. I would play background music, make it on the tape, and take it with me. I used to do that. Like while everybody was listening to hip hop, I was listening to like Super Nintendo and Nintendo music. See what I'm saying? How was it I was able to play that without any practice? Now that you're older and you understand music, realize they put so much. They did. Really? Well, dang. See, that's what I'm saying. That's how I never played that before. I just know the key. I know the C scale so well. I could just breathe it in. Questlove is co-host is the sound director for that's Sesame Street. That's dope. Especially Street Fighter. Man, let me do a Ryu stage remake. Let me find the Street Fighter sound font. Actually, I have a way to do that. If I really want to, I have a way to do that. I got a Super Nintendo over here I can play through. If you see my live streams where I was doing that like big time. Boy, that was some other stuff. What was I thinking? I was on some other stuff like big time. I'd say just get an MPC key 37. I think you'll save a lot of pain if you just get a 37. Chris saying on the stock market too. Yeah. I really should get into investing. I totally agree with that. I really do agree. I think it's a good idea to get into investing. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. Your replacement, you had a 37 that didn't work. I hate to hear that it didn't work. I hate that it didn't work. You know what? I haven't listened to it. I heard about that. Oh, let's talk about that. Did Kanye West drop an album? Let me look. Kanye West is so different now from Kanye West is so according to Forbes, Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign released their second collaborative album, Vultures 2, after several days, but projections for next week Billboard 200 albums chart show Taylor Swift. So they did. Bad Keys. Oh yeah, I think I remember you talking about that. Kanye West is so different now, y'all. Like, and I don't know him. That's good, Mimi. You keep up that good work. Kanye West is so different now from 20 years ago. I don't know, man. Cause I was a fan. I was a fan. Well, I still am a fan. I guess I want to see him do like. He's not going to do like how I used to do, and I have to learn to live with that. I have to learn to live with the fact that Kanye ain't Kanye from 20 years ago. You was the first in the US to order a Key 37 when they released to everyone. You had to do it over the phone. I like ordering equipment over the phone. I like talking to the sales rep over the phone. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm interested in the MPC 37. Oh yeah, it's a good key. A lot of people. Yeah, I think you know what? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I want to pull the trigger on that today. Oh sure, you got your information? Yeah, it's right here. That is very satisfying. When I want to buy some equipment, I want to talk to a person. Especially when it comes to something nice to the size, nice piece of equipment, I want to talk to a person. I want to have small talk with them. I want to talk about the industry and what it's doing. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna buy that. That's cool too, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. Vultures 2 has bad mixing. I have to check it out. I'm gonna check it out when I get off of here. Oh wow, Reaper, that's what's up. Sweetwater, good for that. You know, Cortez, yeah, I can understand that pain. I haven't ran into that myself, thankfully, but I can understand that pain. I can see why that would be an issue. Kanye West does auto-tune everything. I admit. I just wish he was like on something else, you know. Y'all got me scared to listen to the Vultures. I'm just worried about that. I don't know. Can I even do a track night? I'm in this good vibe here. Around to every store in your city and they all knew nothing about keyboards. I hate that. I know it's good to be able to bounce some ideas off somebody so that you can really enjoy the process and have confidence about the money that you're spending. It's good to have YouTube Now. Yeah, I play keys. It's good to have YouTube Now to tell you about the equipment that you're considering now. But back in the day, you either had to go to Guitar Center and physically play it, you know, to check it out. And even then you weren't sure, but now you got all the type of videos to learn about it. YouTube is the new NAM. If you want to learn about some gear now, just go on YouTube. Yeah. So, I mean, we're in a different era now. You can really learn and see your equipment and learn about it and really enjoy that. You know, you're really blessed. Really blessed. Y'all just know you're really blessed if you can just get what you want and try it out and try it out, try it out, try it out. Said that they keep closing music stores. I hate that. Skyline, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for doing that. Did we get the likes up to 50 yet? Let's see if we can get the likes up to 50. We're at 49. Who wants to be number 50? Let me know in the chat right now. Hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 50. Baby steps, financial baby steps. You was thinking earlier, like, what if a guitar player got evicted? Like, you know, Anna Surf, I would be a very bad boy. I'll be tempted to be a very bad boy. But it's something don't sit right with me moving like that. AI music production, it's here. I don't know it too well. And I got to learn more about it. I don't know enough to really draw a conclusion about it. It's scary what you could do now, Jay. It's very powerful. Yeah. Like, I'd probably be an incredible tech for a Guitar Center, but I probably wouldn't. I don't know. Because you got to sell. I think it's commission. You know? Man, Eminem's album better not been made. I don't think so. I don't think so. They do offer lessons. I don't remember Eminem ever not sounding very young, though. No, or old. He's older now, but he still sound like he could talk in the same style like Marshall Matt, whatever it is. He could. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not so sure about Eminem using AI. Now, if he's making it, but I'm saying, but Slim Shady is a style, not necessarily a voice. I don't consider this. I don't hear it. I don't know. I got 15 minutes to cook. He replaces old vocal. I could see that. I could see that, but I feel like it's easy for him to just change his voice. Sexy drill. I feel you. Call back Friday. About what? That's a good music store called Mars Music. I remember Mars Music. I might have been by that store. That's what music was. Music. I was listening to the Brandy. I was like, that's where they used to make money off of some music. That's where they used to make money off of music. I'm telling you. Michael Little, thank you so much. Hey, guys, can I get... 55 likes. Can I get 60? Can I get 60? Wow, I've been really running my mouth because my throat is hoarse. That's all right, though. I'm going to cook for 15 minutes. I do got to get ready. But before I go... Whoa, that's too loud. Before I go, I'm going to cook. I like how Busta Rhymes sounds better now. Like, he sounds really grimy now. Like, he's had a grimy voice in a day, but he just sounds like a talking dragon now. Busta Rhymes. He just sound, especially on the ELE2, he just sound, ooh, I need to put that on tomorrow to help me get through the bull crap. But Busta Rhymes just sounds like a talking dragon. He's I can't even do his voice. He's so grimy with it. Yeah. I'm gonna cook this up real quick. Somebody do the math. What's 65 times 2? No, this is when he was big. This is when he was big. He was sounding like a dragon. Did Busta really take Ozempic? 130. Did Busta really take Ozempic? Like, cause he don't look like, he looks good, but he looks different. He looks good. Thank you for the math, y'all. He looks good, but he looks different though. What is that all about? I'm a Busta Rhymes fan, but I didn't know. Like, I thought he got buff, but now he's like slender, which is a good fit. I want to look slender too. I don't want to look Ozempic slender. I don't want to. I'm not trying to look Ozempic slender though. You feel me? I'm not, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Ozempic Olympics? Don't say that. Got that mean kick in. Ooh, I was off. Woo-hoo. 4. I got a browser to my right, and I'm just dragging them in for the sounds. Oh, you got an Integra 7? How you like it? Yeah, you can. I'm on MPC 2 right now. On MPC 2. We are MPC 2 right now. I'll play for I did on 2. Speaking of the Olympics, one of them, if you took hard fall, boy. Oh, wow. Is the Olympics still going? God, that kick is just so doggone crazy. What happened to the Ethiopian? I didn't know. Yeah, I was listening. They got breakdance Olympics now, right? That's crazy. I should have tried some piano on that. On the gunny, wow. On the gurney? Dang. Live on Dilly T2K. Can I get the likes up to 60? Are we at 60? 57 likes. Can I get somebody to get me to 60? I'm just cooking up now before I go. I don't got a lot of time. Call it a year. Oh, that's dope, baby. Okay, Beats. Hey. Come on, baseline. Swing, the plug-in or the perimeter? Yeah, Ghetto Styles, go ahead. Ghetto Styles in the building, y'all. I know you're talking about, yeah, I know about swing. Hey, I feel you, Linda. Yeah, we were talking about a lot of stuff tonight. you like that iPad? Save the track. You got it. Got to save the track so I don't lose it. Save the track. I don't want to lose it. Dang it. Three and cook it up. What's I know about that expand? Don't expand need to be on standalone? I'm telling you. You put that expand on standalone, woo! Life changing. Metal guitar? I like metal though. For that loop though. No, that's an expand flute. Hey. How do we get the likes? We got the likes at 64. Thank you so much. Take it easy, man. Dilly After Dark. Yeah, something like that. Come on. Put a little reverb on it. Just chilling. That's a very simple beat. I'm glad it's motivation. That's good. Always keep messing with the track moves. Bring stuff in, bring stuff out. I don't think I'll be introducing the guitars. I'm running out of time, y'all. Yeah, it's 11, y'all. It's a groove. I saved it though. But yeah, I gotta be careful with my time because I do gotta be on point. So I would thank everybody for watching, hanging out with me, all that good stuff. And you know, I'll keep in touch. Stay tuned for more content, more stuff coming out. Because I'm on a schedule. I don't have the luxury of just doing stuff when I want to. I still work a 9 to 5. I'm not a full-time music producer. I'm not a full-time music producer. You know, I work. I got to go to work. I just work, and then I go to work. So if you pray for me tonight, pray for me that I find a way to a lucrative music career that I could work full-time, that I could provide it for a family for. All right, so I'm going to go pray that tonight. You know, so keep supporting the channel. Like the video. Watch the videos. That helps me get one little baby step closer. All right. But yeah, thank y'all so much for that. I had a great live stream. I'm going to get off of here. Stay tuned. We got more content coming to you in the morning. In the morning. We'll have some more content for you in the morning. Got some more content for you in the morning. That's all I'm going to say. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Y'all stay blessed. Thank you so much. All right, peace out.